Okay, this little board has got to come out. You see I've nearly undone one screw. It's very difficult to get in here. Could take the the aerial out, I suppose, to make that a little bit easier. See if I can get in there with it in place. Yeah, both of these screws are really loose actually, which is a godsend for me. That one. And there's little brass spacers in underneath. It might not be brass, it might be Paxilin. Big old cheesehead screws. Right, that's that board loose. You notice all the cabling here is all it's almost like a car wiring loom. It's been very neatly laced together. Again, I don't want to disturb that unless I've absolutely got to. Incidentally, this big grey lump of what looks like cast iron is the it's a tuning capacitor. It's a monster. And look at the engineering on this thing. I don't know if you can see inside there the vanes. Get the light over, but you might. Yeah, you can just about see the tuning capacitor through here, the back end of it. If you can or not. Yeah, there he is, hiding in underneath. What a tuning gang that is. Oh, you can see it better there now. Yeah, it's some bit of engineering that. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that quickly. The other thing, look at these IF transformers. All copper. This is all copper. So no amount of expense spared for this radio. This would have been a very, very expensive radio back in the day. It looks like it has been apart before. But again, there's nothing untoward in here. I probably am going to recap it because of its age. 1960s, there's nothing in there that's going to hurt having new caps in it. I've got some quite nice blue Philips ones which I can probably replace most of them with. I don't think there's any critical components there as far as the electrolytics are concerned. The other ones should be fine, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. What a wonderful bit of engineering. And of course we've got the whacking great lump of it could even be lead, that, but it's got to be cast aluminium or something. That's the counterbalance for the tuning. Amazing. Anyway, that's enough of me going on. Let's get to work. Okay, so I'm just starting work on the FM board now. I've just desoldered these 2 points with my desoldering tool. Just taking out these brass pillars. I've got to film this because if all else fails, I'm going to need to watch it to work out how to put the thing back together. There's a lot of stuff in this radio and it's all very tightly packed in. It's taken someone a lot of time to put these radios together back in the day. Right. Now, if I'm right, there's a couple suspect patches there as well on the end of these little trimmers. I'm just going to put a little bit of heat on these. See if it starts moving. Very carefully, I don't want to burn anything. Let's A little blob of solder on the end of that, that'll help matters. Okay. Whew. No, see, I'm wondering whether these little trimmers, whether that's anything to do with it as well. Normally it's just the two. Well, as suspected, we've actually got 4 solder points here. We've got the 2 with the little trimmer capacitors, and we've got these 2 pegs in the middle. So what I'm doing now is just trying to ease them a little bit at a time. Ooh, I don't like putting this much heat on a board really. That belt and braces job, it's mad. It is coming little bit by little bit. Oh, there we have it. Cool. Right. Everything's all a bit fragile now, so I've got to be very careful what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm thinking I should be able to just bend that up there, yes. There we are. Now I've got to be really careful here. I've got some star washers. One which has gone down into the tuning condenser. And also there's another brass spacer somewhere. I don't want that getting chewed up. There he is. So now we can get at the solder pads for the dreaded AF115. Well, just thought I'd show you that, that's success. Again, if you notice, they've even got some rubber pads to stop it making contact with the tuning condenser, and it's just held in by these 4 solder pegs, and you can see it's a substantial bit of metal there, so it's no wonder I had trouble getting the heat into it. One thing is, they'll be a damn sight easier to put back on than what they were to take off. So there we are, carrying on. Okay, being that was such a pig to get out, what I'm going to do is pop an AF125 back in there. That way at least it's a job I'm not going to have to do again in the future, or hopefully, unless these start developing tin whiskers. So just bent the legs into the right shape. Unfortunately these pinouts are different. But I'm going to use the little coloured spacers. First of all I'm going to pop these on the analyzers just to make sure everything's okay. Right, as you can see, this is pretty scary stuff. I checked the gain of the AF115 that was in there, and there he is. A gain of 228. And when I compared it with the AF125 I was going to put in there, that only had 96. HFE. So I thought, knowing Dynatron, they've probably picked out the very best of everything, best gain. So what I've done is I put an AF127 in there. Now that one's got a gain of just over 200, so it should be pretty much bang on. But I've got a little book somewhere from Mullard that describes all these old transistors and what they were used for. So yeah, as you can see, major surgery. I've had to desolder loads of wires to get this board to this stage where I can just about reach in the back. I am going to put another AF12, probably another 127 in there, but that's a 116 in that one. One of the reasons is I forgot my power supply blew a fuse the other day, and unfortunately I haven't got the right size one. It's a strange 3.15 amps time delay. Plenty of 1 amps and 2 amps, but no 3.15, so there is no zapping for me at the moment. So anyway, I'm going to have that one out in a minute and have a look at it. I've not put that one on the multimeter yet. We'll do that again in a minute. Okay, I've popped on its back. I'm just going to desolder the transistor from this other little board. Wrong one. Should be it. There we go. Let's pop that one out. Legs a bit straighter. And there we have it. AF116. So I've got my bench meter set up over there. Where are we? Up a bit, up a bit. Lights in the way as usual. There we go. Let's get you a little bit closer and do the old testing of these transistors. So I'll do the one that we've just taken out first. So I'm going to connect the one end to the shield wire. I'm just going to go across the terminals. Oh, hang on. Oh. Wrong wire. So first of all then, collector to shield. Okay, we've got 1.7 mega ohms and jumping all over the shop. So we've definitely got resistance there. Base to shield. Four mega ohms, 5, somewhere around there. And now the emitter. Right, well, we've got 14 ohms there, so that one's definitely got issues. Let's try the other one I took out of the FM module, or FM board. No modules in these, luckily. So collector. .36K. So yeah, we've got resistance there, and what have we got next? Base. 87 ohms, so yeah, not good. And emitter. Difficult to get a good connection yet, I'll try that. So again, resistance there. So unfortunately, resistance everywhere. Which means they are okay, they just need shorting. My power supply, as I say, at the moment's had it, so let's get you back down on the bench. Got the scary radio. So let's have a look at the component tester now. So this first transistor, I've already changed this one. Let's hook it up and see what HFE we've got on it, or gain. So it's got an HFE of 227, I don't know if you can see that. Leakage 0.23, I mean, end of the day you're going to get leakage on all germanium transistors, really, pretty much. Right, sorry about that, phone call. Yeah, I was just saying that, as I say, it was changed. It changes with temperature, really, HFE. I'm sure if I put my fingers on it and warm it up a little bit. Do it again. 225 is going up with temperature, look. Again, you tend to find the leakage alters about as well with heat. So at the moment it's 0.203 lit. Test it again when I've had my fingers on it, a bit longer. 302. So it's all relative, but I mean, end of the day, you know, that's testing as a transistor because the shield wire is disconnected in a circuit. Obviously, it's not good. Right, let's try this one I've just taken out. See what we've got on this one. Oh, doesn't like that one at all. Let's make sure I'm connected up right here. Yeah, shield. No, this one's a bit poorly. Strange, I did get it working by tapping it, but yeah, shot. So I can't even test the gain of that one, it's that badly gone. But there you are, two for my parts box when I get my power supply back up and running. So what should we put in there? Should we stick an AF125 in there? Or should I pop another 127 in? Trying to see what that one is. Actually, it is a VT6. I think that's AFC, wouldn't it? So possibly not that crucial. Yeah, AFC. AFC. Bear with me, I've just had a quick look. VT2 is a mixer, FM mixer, so yeah, that certainly stopped it dead, but I don't think it's overly crucial that it's high HFE. So let's stick one with pretty good gain. Let's try one of these AF125, it's got plenty of these. Unfortunately, transistors of this era are not cheap anymore. They used to be pennies, but now they're pounds. Some people are charging extortionate amounts for these transistors. Okay, that's got an HFE of 117, so that'll be fine. So let's find out where this goes. Luckily for me, this board is actually marked, if you can see that, but good old Dynatron. Let's get you in there. I'm sure you might be able to see it from there, but so that you can see all the terminals are marked. We've got shield there, that emitter base collector, so nothing could be simpler really. Saves me writing it on there. There we are, he is in. Bend these over quick before I forget where they go. There we are. So I'm going to put a little tiny bit of flux on. These are all new old stock transistors, they don't make these anymore. Plus at one point I desoldered accidentally. No clean flux, you don't have to worry about wiping it off the board, probably will on this one. Does make a nice clean joint with the fluxer. There we go. Back in. Let's have a quick look, make sure we're okay. No bridges or anything. Nice. There we go. Just going to snip the ends off. Right, bit of flux cleaner. Lots of blue roll. Oh, crash your board over. Off of that as well. There we are. So I'm going to get those boards back in, and then we're going to start on the last AF. Okay, I've decided that while I've got that other little board out of the way, it'd probably be easier for access to this one, so I'm going to desolder this one as well. This is another AF115. Adding a little bit of soldering, it helps desoldering solder. The last one's here somewhere. Maybe not. There. There she blows. See, all the legs are free now. Wiggly wiggly. Okay, well there he is. VT3, which is IF amplifier and frequency changer for AM. IF amplifier for FM and frequency changer for AM. So, okay, so we've got different colour wire for shield this time. So let's go shield to collector first. Nothing. Shield to base. Nothing. Shield to emitter. Let's just double check I've actually got that clamped in there. Not that I'm surprised. Some of these AF115s do seem to fare quite well. No. No. So at the moment there is no short there on that one, but it's only a matter of time. So again, I'm going to pop an AF125 back in there. So we'll also check the, see if we're getting the shield wire. Don't go hooking that one up, otherwise you'll get a totally wrong reading. Nothing. Come on, tester, what are you playing at today? He's having a funny 5 minutes. He thinks it's an LED now. There we go. 149 HFE. So again, that's a pretty good gain. Let's have a look what this one I'm about to put in. What have we got? AF125. So that's 149. So ideally we want to be somewhere around there, as this circuit would have been tuned and designed for that sort of gain. Or saying that, it probably has altered over years, over time. Well, 90, so that's quite a bit difference. So we might need to jump up to an AF127 for that. Okay, that was a bit of a struggle. Pinout's very different on that one. Legs going everywhere, so luckily I've got those little insulators in, so I'm just going to solder that one back onto the board. Should be doing this vertical really, but let's see what I'm doing there. It was fine, mind you. Let's have a quick look at that in the magnifier. Well, this is gradually going back together, but it's been an absolute nightmare. It's taken me hours. This board in particular, I mean, the wires were dropping off of it. This wire's got to go up through here. Absolute fiddle to get to. How on earth they did this? I mean, there must be an easier way, I'm sure. So I'm just refixing this board here in place. Everything's been a real fiddle, really fiddly. Really fiddly. So even this, I mean, these you've got a washer. You can't really see it there. Yeah, you've got a washer. Then you've got a brass spacer, then you've got this pin that's got to go down through the two. Ugh, nightmare. Anyway, saying about the nightmares, we are nearly ready for reassembly. Got to solder these connections back in here. Now this is the worst area to get to by far. I mean, the rest of the board, bar this being in the way, which comes out quite easily, shouldn't be too bad, but god dear, I've struggled with that. That has got to be more difficult than a Mullard module. Got to be. Such a hassle. Right, let's get some flux. Actually no, I'm not going to do flux because this is going to drip down into the capacitor else. Again, these are earth points, they don't need to be mullered up. Just enough solder in there to make a good contact, really. Because I wouldn't want to be doing too many of these. So you wouldn't earn any money doing one of these. Right. My God, what a headache. I've also done some joints on the back that looked a bit dodgy as well. So I've gone over a few suspect looking joints, a couple bits of the board. Someone's scrubbed the board up at some stage for some reason. There's a back panel here that had come unsoldered, that was all cracked, so I've redone that. Yeah, all in all, a lot of work. So I'm going to get the amp back in, plug it in and give it a whirl.